What a matchup, Mike Tenay, Steve Mongo McMichael, and Kidman. And Kidman, take a look at this guy. And oh, great. Oh, could the day get any better? There's Lodi with a Kidman World Tour 98 sign.
Well, Scott, I look at this as a natural rivalry that really evolved from Chris Benoit's recent feud with Raven and his flock. If we think back a couple of weeks, Steve Mongo McMichael came to the aid of his former horseman mate Benoit after an attack from the flock.
What, did Kidman go, like, bathe himself in pepper? What's with the scratching? Is he all right? Staying away from that guy. He's probably got little tiny livestock all over him. I don't want to get near that guy.
Just a very puzzling situation. It starts at the top with Raven, and you can work your way down through all the members of the flock, from the enforcer of that group, Saturn, to the sign guy, Lodi, and everyone in between, including Kidman.
They're going crazy in Thibodaux, Louisiana for Steve Mongo McMichael. And there is the sign of the Four Horsemen. I don't know that Mongo McMichael ever got kicked out of the Horsemen. I think he still thinks he's a horseman.
Well, I guess the Nature Boy Ric Flair disbanded the Four Horsemen if we really have to make it official. But you know the old saying, once a horseman, always a horseman, and Mongo is very, very proud of that fact.
Steve Mongo McMichael to face Kidman, and you got to throw in the great unknown here. Lodi is at ringside, and he's pretty good at holding up signs, but he's also pretty good at tripping up an opponent of a member of Raven's flock, or throwing a punch behind the referee's back. So Mongo, this may have to go down as a handicap match.
Scott, remember this past Monday on Nitro, I tried to interview Steve McMichael. I tried to ask him about the previous day's Super Bowl. He wanted to talk about professional wrestling only. Football career, that's totally in the past.
Exactly.
That brought out none other than the British Bulldog, and what a debut it was for Davey Boy Smith on Nitro with the big win over McMichael.
I don't think I want to be Davey Boy Smith at all. Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, it was an impressive victory over Steve Mongo McMichael, but you got to know that Davey Boy Smith is in the crosshairs of Mongo. He wants to avenge that loss on Nitro.
Well, it certainly looks like the former members of the Horsemen in the Nature Boy Ric Flair and Steve Mongo McMichael are having their problems with both Bret the Hitman Hart and the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith, respectively.
Uh-oh, Lodi up on the ring apron, got himself involved.
Did you see his neck snap back as Mongo dropped him throat first across the top steel cable, but all that does is enable Kidman to take advantage from behind.
Steve Mongo McMichael, wow. Guillotine leg drop over the top rope from the ring apron by Kidman. And you talk about problems among groups with the Horsemen and the Bret Hart faction. What's going on in the New World Order? Randy Savage stirring it up like we've talked about all show, but it's gonna hit the head on February 22nd at Super Brawl. Hogan and Sting, one more time, we will have a world champion come Super Brawl.
And did you notice that Randy Savage even made reference about Hollywood Hogan not having that World's Heavyweight Championship belt around his waist? I think back to what happened at Starrcade, and I think that WCW gained so much momentum from that Sting victory. But I think it can all be reversed in one fell swoop. Upcoming at Super Brawl, when Hollywood Hogan has a chance to bring that championship belt back home to the New World Order.
Kidman got the cover. You're exactly right, Mike Tenay. And what we have here is a perfect opportunity to put the final nail in the coffin of the New World Order at Super Brawl. If Sting can come away with the WCW World Heavyweight Championship belt around his waist, that may do it for the NWO. We might as well just write their meal ticket, give them the check, and send them to the cashier. They're done if Sting can get the strap. But I don't know. They may already be on their way out with just the complete falling apart. Now, we saw on recent WCW programming, it's been a couple of 3 different television shows where Scott Hall and Kevin Nash haven't been tag team partners. They've been tagging up with other partners, and they're the tag team champions.
We've seen them arrive in separate limos.
Exactly.
We've seen Hollywood Hogan escort Kevin Nash to the ring. They seem to be joined at the hip. The question does remain about the outsiders and the long-term problems that the NWO is facing. Well, Mongo against Kidman, and you know, when Kidman first arrived on the scene here, he looked to be among the most promising of the young WCW talent, but since then he has fallen under Raven's spell.
Kidman certainly, you're right. We talk about people that have had a change in attitude like Glacier. I don't know that anyone has undergone more of a change than Kidman. has since joining Raven's flock.
And what a transformation it has been. And, oh, what a turn in the corner and a reversal by Mongo.
You know, it may be that since joining Raven's flock, Kidman hasn't had, and the side slam. Kidman hasn't had a lot of victories, so he hasn't had a lot of money, so he probably hasn't had to buy a lot of clothes. You can look at this guy. This stuff looks like it came over on the Mayflower.
Well, this is unorthodox from McMichael, going to the top rope for a high-risk move, and it certainly backfired as Kidman was able to get the foot up and then drops him down with a DDT, springing off the ropes.
Kidman, high-risk maneuver going up top. Has he got Mongo stunned enough to make this work? Kidman, the splash does not connect. Mongo out of the way. Needs to move in for the kill on Kidman. Take a look. He's giving us the high sign for the Mongo spike.
Motioning to the crowd that he wanted to catch the tombstone pile driver, but Kidman caught him and poked him in the eye. Kidman took the shortcut.
Reversal, no. I thought Mongo was going to reverse. No, he's playing a little possum.
Now he's got him.
That's it.
No! Just nailed him with that spike pile driver. Gets 2, gets 3. He never scored a touchdown in the NFL in his 15-year career. He's taking it out on his opponents in WCW. That's why he calls it the Mongo Spike.
And Steve Mongo McMichael strikes back with a vengeance on Saturday night. Ming and Goldberg are next.